Congratulations, the timeline of $2,000 worth of checks from President Donald J. Trump has finally been revealed, and millions of Americans are excited. Look at this. Trump reveals timeline for $2,000 tariff dividend checks. Here's when US citizens could get the amount. Well, this is huge for millions of low and middle income Americans, because you need to understand that this check is only going to the people who belong to the low and middle income households.
So we're going to be doing a dividend, which people will enjoy and spend and do what they want, but we're also going to be reducing debt.
We are going to give dividend or stimulus check to millions of Americans so they can spend this money or do whatever they want with it. But in the same video, President Donald J. Trump revealed the timeline of these $2,000 checks, and that's why I'm going to show you this entire video clip. But before I begin, all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please hit that like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's begin. $2,000 worth of stimulus checks to millions of Americans. Let's start with the timeline of this entire process, because first, President Trump announced these checks when he was talking to reporters in the Oval Office.
And one of the things we're going to do, we're going to issue a dividend to our middle income people and lower income people of about $2,000. And we're going to use the remaining tariffs to lower our debt. We're going to be lowering our debt, which is a national security thing.
So this is what President Donald J. Trump said, that we are going to send these $2,000 worth of dividend or stimulus checks to Americans, and then we'll focus on paying down the national debt. But right after that, he posted this on Truth Social. People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world, with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401k is our highest ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt. $37 trillion. Record investment in the US, plants and factories going up all over the place. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person. Let me repeat it. $2,000 a person, not including high income people, will be paid to everyone. And this post sent shockwaves across the US, and millions of Americans get excited that finally we are going to see some sort of relief from President Donald J. Trump and this administration. And right after that, he posted this on Truth Social. All money left over from the $2,000 payments made to low and middle income US citizens from the massive tariff income pouring into our country from foreign countries, which will be substantial, will be used to substantially pay down national debt. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. Well, after these posts, a number of people, including the news media outlets, started asking this question, that when these checks are coming. And in White House, during a press briefing, a reporter asked Caroline Leavitt about this $2,000 worth of stimulus checks and its timeline. And this is what Caroline Leavitt said.
Should U.S. citizens expect the $2,000 proposal? Is the White House committed to making that happen?
The White House is committed to making that happen, yes. And we are currently exploring all legal options to get that done. I don't have a timeline for you or any further details, but I can confirm for you that the president made it clear he wants to make it happen. And so his team of economic advisors are looking into it. And when we have an update, we'll provide one.
So the president wants to make it happen, and White House and President himself, as well as his team, all are looking at all the legal options to make it happen. And this is a great news for anyone who's struggling right now. But why it's happening and when you can expect these checks? And with this, I have a very important question to ask you. Do you support these $2,000 worth of checks from President Donald J. Trump to millions of low and middle income Americans? If you do, then write in the comment section, I support $2,000 $2,000 checks. Again, if you support him, then write in the comment section, I support $2,000 checks, because remember, if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. So let's solve it one by one. First, a number of analysts and experts are saying that President Donald J. Trump announced these checks because his popularity is going down and he wants to regain the trust of American people. That's why now he's leaning towards these $2,000 worth of checks, and President Trump will send these checks to low and middle income Americans who make $100,000 and less. Now, talking about the timeline, what President Donald J. Trump said that when these checks could come to you means to Americans, and this is what President Donald J. Trump said.
Rebate checks, sir. How soon could Americans see those checks? Will that be in time for Christmas, holiday shopping?
No, not for this year. It'll be next year sometime.
Do you have a time frame?
No, but sometime during the year, next year. It's a lot of money, but we've taken in a lot of money from tariffs. The tariffs allow us to give a dividend if we want to do that. Now, we're going to do a dividend, and we're also going to be reducing debt. We have, because of Biden and others, we have $37 trillion in debt. So we're going to be doing a dividend, which people will enjoy and spend and do what they want. But we're also going to be reducing debt versus.
So President Donald J. Trump confirmed that these checks are not coming this year, they're coming next year. But it's still not confirmed that these checks are coming right after New Year's, or it would be the end of next year, because no one knows the exact date of these checks, and it seems like President himself is confused about the arrival date of these checks. But according to a number of analysts and experts, these checks could come right after New Year, because there's a huge pressure on this administration as well as on President Donald J. Trump, not just from Democrats but from Republican voters. And the reason is simple, because this shutdown was a disaster for millions of Americans. There were no SNAP benefits in the month of November. People were shocked, they were scared, and now they need some sort of support. And we all know that millions of seniors are also struggling. Talking about seniors, do you know that if you are a senior, you can save around $1,100 when it comes to your Medicare plan? That's why I partnered with Chapter, where you can get unbiased help from a real person absolutely free. Call the number on the screen today, 212-461-4492, and get the help that you deserve absolutely free. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.